In the settings, which looks like a gear, there are some things you will want to take a look at. At the top, this little thing called airplane mode, we don't want to mess with that because if you turn that on, it completely shuts off the Wi-Fi in any way to communicate to your iPad. So if it ever goes missing, we won't be able to help find it or even communicate with it. The Wi-Fi button is going to connect to the Wi-Fi when you're here at school. When you're at home, you'd go to the Wi-Fi button, find the name of your home Wi-Fi, and type in the password if you have one. The Bluetooth button lets you connect to things like Apple Pencil, wireless keyboards, and wireless earbuds. You can pair them if the Bluetooth is on. In the notifications, you can decide what apps send you notifications. It's not important to get notifications from every app, but you want to make sure Google Classroom, you have allowed notifications, that the banner style is persistent, which means when a notification comes up, it's going to stay there until you swipe it away. I'm going to go back. There are other apps I don't need notifications from. So for example, if I don't want this app to send me notifications, I just turn them off. So in notifications, I can control which apps send me messages. Again, make sure things like Google Classroom, your mail, and if your teacher uses Class Dojo or some other app, you have those on. Sounds is where you can control the sounds your iPad makes. You can turn on or off the clicking sounds that it makes at the bottom. In the general settings, this is where you're going to go if there's a software update. If there is an update available, plug this into power and run the update. The control center is when you swipe from the upper right corner down diagonally on your iPad, and these are shortcuts. These are other things at the bottom where it says more controls. These are things you can add to that little shortcut. In display and brightness, we encourage you to leave your iPad on light mode. Dark mode might look cool, but some of the apps don't work in dark mode, so keep it in light mode. This is where you can control the brightness of your screen. The reason you might want to do that, not only for your eyes, is it saves on battery life. If you want to change the text size on your iPad, you can do that in the general settings as well. Under Home, Screen, and Dock, you can decide if you want the apps on your iPad to look bigger or if you want more apps on a page. We will talk about how to multitask, but you would turn that on and off right from here. The Show Suggested and Recent Apps in your dock will keep a list of apps that you recently use right in your dock for easy access. Wallpaper is not something you can change. If you do change it and it lets you, it will change back within a day. That's because we have important information. Sometimes our iPads get misplaced, and this tells people where they belong and who to call. There are other settings that you could check out, but those are the main ones.